Hey guys, I was just watching Prince Andrew on 60 Minutes Australia being interrogated about this child molestation and abuse and whatnot that he was being accused of, you know, and and you could tell, like during the interview, when they're trying to get him to admit to it, you know, you could tell he was lying. You know, it's obvious. You don't need someone who is very good with body language to, or psychologist, or one of those. They call them body language psychologists. What they call them? The one actually they can read demeanors and personalities and how people react and if they're lying and stuff. Anyhow, you don't need a degree. You can just tell he's lying. But anyhow, what he's been accused of, he's been a friend of what his name, Jeffrey Epstein, and he's been bringing all this, underage children. Now, some of them are not really children, but he's underage or minors, and actually, I'm just judging from the situation what I saw. I'm gonna tell you, I'm very good in judgment. When I look at something, and I'm very good at it, and I'm very fair on judging the situation. The judgments had to fit the crime. So what I from this specific situation, I'm cutting him a slack here, okay? Because what they showed, she's been to his house before, and they showed that they leaked the video that she's been to Prince Andrew's house. This girl who, she says, "Oh, I've been raped," screaming out, "I'm being molested," and stuff like that. And so, in that video, or the little clip I watched from that was leaked, that she's been to one of his houses in London and being snuck out and whatnot. In my opinion, she went there on her own free will. And even when the interviewer asked her, she told her to tell the story and how it happened and whatnot. And she says she was asked by Jeffrey Epstein to do for him what she had done for Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? So at that point, she was 17 years old. And from that specific situation, she was 17, yes. Was she a minor? No, she was not a minor. In this country, I don't know about the United Kingdom, but in this country, in Canada, a 16-year-old, never mind 17-year-old, could get married if that 16-year-old parents basically consented. If the up to 16, you can get married if the parents are consenting. Okay? And if the parents consented, then you can get married. But 18, you're free. You're free to go and get married. You're 18, right? So when she was 17, yeah, she was not yet considered in that legal age, but she was not a minor, in my opinion. And what I saw, he liked young girls. Obviously, he liked young girls. A lot of these people like young girls. I saw also a video yesterday about Trump and having his daughter sitting in his lap and Jeffrey Epstein was there and stuff. It's very sexual picture, but hey, at least he did not stray out out of his house and go on. Well, in that situation, he did not stray out, go and molest somebody else's child. He molested his own, you know what I mean? And anyhow, to get back, what I'm trying to say is Jeffrey Epstein, yes, he was a pimp, pretty much the Jewish pimp. You were getting girls, boys, whatever the person wants, who are a celebrity. He has a price. That why Jeffrey Epstein, before he went into the Disappearance Act, before he was let out of the jail, he put away 54 or 55 million dollars, $59 million, I think $59 million. He put it in an account, an investment account, and until later dates. Okay, so I don't believe he's dead, guys. But anyhow, to get back to the Prince Andrew situation, I looked at the pictures when this 17-year-old screaming, "I've been molested and I've been raped," and screaming, crying her heart out about how she was used and abused, and being interviewed in 60 Minutes. She's like a verge of tears. Another acting ability sucks. Anyhow, she's pretty much given hush money, and they told her to go away. Okay. And she did not kill herself, people. You know what I'm saying? She was doing, she's playing her part. They told her to do all of this. And, to play a part and stuff. It's all a distraction, people. It's all of this is a distraction. Okay? And what I saw from the pictures, when she was 17, he had his arm around her. Prince Andrew had his arm around this girl. And she's smiling. Her face smiled from to the ear to the next ear. Like it's like big ass, excuse my French, smile, And a lot of these pictures I've seen from Jeffrey Epstein's situation, she says, oh, they brought in 8 or 9 girls. All of these girls are going with their own free will. They are, yes, they're getting paid. They are getting paid to be part of this little sex party, People do it all the time, you know what I'm saying? So why they're getting on him for this? Because it's a game, people. It's all an act. It's a distraction and stuff, What I saw, it's how they're condemning him and making him, look like a horrible. Okay, I'm sounding like I'm defending Prince Andrew, right? That's not true. I'm just wanting to show you guys. Do not be distracted by all of this. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? It's all an act. It's a movie in the making. You know what I mean? It's like a movie set. This girl like crying, being, he did this to me, and all of that. So he did all of this to you when you were 17. Why are you smiling about it? Back then you were smiling. You are like smiling, you're having a day of your life. You're smiling, you're having a good time. Why are you smiling then and now you're crying about it? Just somebody help me explain this to me in a language I understand, okay? Explain this to me, why back then she's smiling. All those girls, all the photos I've seen with Jeffrey Epstein with those little girls, minor girls, who are underage and all of that, they've been pimped out. Some of them are pimped out by their parents for money, And so all of these girls are being pimped out by their parents for money, because they're good looks and they're going to high profiles people to and when she told she told the story. She says Jeffrey Epstein brought her to Prince Andrew and told her to do what she did for Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, what did she do for Jeffrey Epstein? This interview never really highlighted what did she do. Okay, so why are you crying about it? It's all an act. I do not believe none of this. It's like, going back to the I'm not convicted. Conviction is more, and you have to convince me. I'm not in this, what I see, there is no conviction happening there. I do not believe any of this. And I believe it's sex for hire. Sex for hire. That what it is, okay? They have a price. Just think of them like, high paid prostitutes. These girls are getting paid. They're not doing it for free. They're not being passed around for free. Like, I saw online, these high celebrities, and models and stuff going to the United Arab Emirates for the same thing. All these celebrities, when you see all the celebrities going to the Middle East, especially Emirates, what do you think they're going there for? They're going for sex parties. And some of these, even Russian and Eastern European models and stuff, they're going to Emirates for sex parties. And apparently a big urinal party where they shit on you and poop on piss on you and all of that for money. So these people are doing it with their own free will. Nobody's making these people pack up a bag and go across the Middle East in the middle of a desert. I never liked Emirates, I never liked Saudi Arabia either. I don't like a lot of the Gulf countries, It's deserts. I'm not a desert kind of person. I like a little bit of green and a little bit of, I like a little bit of desert, but not everything, has to be desert. So these people, and the other thing is, like, these people are, swimming in money that they stolen. All this gold has been, all this gold is being taken from Middle East and is being shipped to Emirates, and people are suffering in Sudan because these people are making money. They are making money from the suffering of Sudan. Women being raped now in Sudan, and this displacement, a lot of homelessness, hunger, starvation, and whatnot. All of that. And who benefits from it? Emirates. Emirates are, putting a lot of money behind this war because they buying, the ton of gold, the fraction of the cost. You know what I mean? They are. That's what it is. That's why Sudanese are suffering, because their Emirates getting richer from. They are benefiting. They, like a lot of the American are, the Jewish, the Egyptian, all those countries are benefiting from the war in Sudan, displacement. So wars generates money, and this is how it's done. So to get back to Prince Andrew's situation, I do not believe this girl was coerced. This girl was coerced to do something she did against her will. Okay? So to cry about it, and now they say she's dead, she committed suicide, she's on a disappearing act. Take some money and get the hell out of here. That's what it is, And because, okay, these people will never come up publicly speak about this if they're not given permission to do it, because they're all playing a part. They do what they're told. You know, they do what they're told, and nobody is actually paying attention. You know, and if you're vigilant, and you can really see through the lies and how these people are being manipulated. Humanity are being manipulated to believe in this facade. You know what I mean? It's annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's like a game. You know, and yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Like, they're crying about it now. He's being kicked out. And I didn't even know what Prince Andrew was. I didn't even know who he was. Honestly, I did not know. I did not even know he is, and Charles are brothers. That he's the Queen's son. I didn't even know that. Huh? I had no idea he was the Queen's son. You know what I'm saying? The favorite child. This is what they said on that 60 Minutes. They said the Queen favorite child. And yeah, so I don't follow, I don't go into Buckingham Palace and trying to get a glimpse, or I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Why would I give my energy to someone who mean nothing to me? So that's exactly, I didn't even know. But what I'm saying is this is my feeling on this situation. So I do not believe this girl was made to do something she doesn't want to do. Okay? Similar to the celebrities going to the Middle East, being used as a urinal for money. A lot of these, Russians, models, and Czechs, and, Hungarian, and whatever, they go there, they make, $20,000, $50,000 to get pooped on and shit, and peed on for money. These people they say, oh, we're living a life. That's from the other video. It's like, we're living a life, and we're having the best time of our life, and we get put in the best hotels in the world, in Emirates, being, treated lavishly with gifts and stuff, and we make a ton of dough to be pooped on. So, do you understand? Nobody's making these people do any of this stuff, but they're doing it for money. You understand? So this girl crying about it, it doesn't really convince me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why were your picture? You look like you're really having a good time. And that photo of yours, tell another story. It tells like, I'm having a good time. I'm just happy to be here, at your service. Okay? That's what's going on. So I do not really I keep my energy for myself, you know what I mean? And I don't give my energy to these people. I didn't even know. Honestly, I did not even know who Prince Andrew was. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. I just learned. I learned something new today, But yeah, but he resembles a lot. If they put his photo next to William, he looked more like William than Charles. I looked at him as like, oh, he looked like a spitting image of William. So if you put him in a line and you say who's the father, I would pick William. I would pick Andrew as the father. I would not pick, Charles is the father. That's what I thought. I thought, oh my God, they look so alike. I just saw the photo today. Look, watch 60 Minutes, Australia, about this interview or whatnot, and you understand what I'm talking about, because this is what I saw. I saw a lot of resemblance of, I saw a lot of resemblance of William and Andrew. That's all I want to talk about. I'm not defending, Prince Andrew. I'm just telling you guys, you should not care. You should not care, or you should not care where these women are screaming, crying their heart out. and acting being, oh my god, I've been raped, I've been molested. Well, you know, he did this to me when I was 16, 17-year old. I do not deserve it. Your smile, your smile says otherwise, saying like, who I do next? Who need to get online first? You know what I mean? It's like, that's what it sounds. That picture it looked like. I'm happy just to do whoever. I'm just happy to be here. You know. Anyhow, so that's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. I want to see Jeffrey Epstein's, the girls who've been really raped. You don't see them publicly on TV talking about it. I want to see the children who's been ripped in half by these people. I want to see those. What I see here on TV, I'm not impressed. What I'm seeing is not really, you know, it's BS. I want to see the children younger than 17, you know, it's like 5 years old, 8 years old being raped. That's what I want to see. What happened to those? Why these are not being spoken about publicly? Just ask yourself that. Why?